Hey everybody, welcome to At Home Fitness Day 117 with Coach A. It is Friday, July 10th, and let's get to what we're doing today. A couple different things you guys are going to see in the videos coming after this one. The first one is going to be a demonstration of a warm-up component, which is going to be a push-up to rotation. The second video is probably going to be a little longer than normal. It's going to demonstrate a walking shoulder tap both on the ground in a plank position and then on the wall in a handstand position facing, right? So essentially what you would get to if you were doing shoulder taps walking yourself up on a wall climb. Third video is going to be the workout. We will be doing 30 of each straight through as a chipper. So 4 time, 30 burpee to 2 knee to elbow, meaning right knee, right elbow, left knee, left elbow. Then 30 burpee into the devil's press. So the burpee is essentially the first part of the devil's press there with dumbbells. And finally 30 burpee pull-ups. So every piece has a burpee. Every piece has a different directional function as well. So we have some core work with the knee to elbow. We have some hip extension and vertical pressing, vertical pushing with the devil's press, and then we have some vertical pulling with the burpee pull-up. All right, I'm going to demonstrate this in the video. I'm also going to give you guys modifications in the video today. All right, so the devil's press might take a few minutes to go over, so that will be a longer picture. And then the final video you guys are going to see is going to be a demonstration of our optional accessory today. And that is going to be a specific type of curl that's going to involve coming up the concentric part in a supinated position and the eccentric part going down in a pronated position. All right, so stick around, and we are hitting mostly upper body stuff today with a focus on the shoulders.
Alright guys, I'm here on the floor because I want to work through this warm-up component, the push-up to rotation for you guys. So it's going to be a regular push-up. Again, we can do this from the knees or we can do this from the feet, but we're simply going to go down into our push-up. Now, when we come up out of the push-up, I'm trying to create some speed and pop so that I can get some lift. Turn and rotate that hand up. Notice the feet aren't laying flat on the side, so I haven't gone to a full-on side plank. Feet are still engaged on the ground, hips are turned, shoulder blades are engaged, core is rotating. Okay. Same thing for the knees. I can come up off, turn and rotate. If you have something to put under the knees, I would toss something under the knees just to make it a little easier to leverage through the side of the knee. Otherwise, the rotation is probably not going to be as great as if we're on the feet. Alright guys, first things first, in the warm-up we have the walking shoulder taps, and I'll walk you through 3 different variations. They're going to kind of be a progression, so to speak, in terms of strength and your ability to stabilize your body. So the first one is going to be a stationary hand that is going to kind of move to an upright position. So we're going to start horizontal. I'm going to hit 1 here, hit 1, hit 1, and I'm going to work myself into a down dog overhead type position. So essentially going from horizontal shoulder taps to a vertical modified in terms of weight shoulder tap without really needing to move the hands all that far. The second one is going to more or less stay in the horizontal position. It's just going to go away, and then it's going to come back underneath. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then, by the way, on all these, I'm going to bring it back in as well, okay? And then the final one we're looking at here is going to be essentially going up in a wall climb and then coming back down in a wall climb. Now, because I'm adding an extra variable in here, I want to simplify things a little bit. I'm going to get myself situated on the wall, and then I'm going to work up and work down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, etc., and then back down to the floor. All right, so the idea is we're trying to increase the difficulty of the shoulder tap itself, as well as the difficulty of holding those positions so that we can get stronger at stabilizing, stronger at controlling positions, and end up down the road working on our handstand walks. All right, for the workout, so 3 similar but progressing movements. All of them are going to essentially start with a burpee. For the middle one, our hands are going to be on the dumbbells for the burpee, but it's still essentially the same thing. First one's going to have the mountain climber, or the slower controlled version, the knee to elbow, same side elbow. If you guys want to spice it up, you can always cross to the opposite side elbow. Second one's going to have the rolling hip extension to the overhead punch, that is the devil's press. And third one will be the jumping pull-up. Important thing to remember on the burpee pull-up, it is not supposed to be a strict or kipping pull-up. It is supposed to be a jumping pull-up, meaning you should be jumping through it. Unless you want to slow it down and get some strict pull-up work in, then by all means go about that. So let's demonstrate these. The first one, I'm going to drop myself down into the burpee. I'm going to come up to the feet, 1, 2, hop and clap, all right? I'm going to drop down into the burpee, come up to the feet, 1, 2, hop and clap. So it's going to be 30 of those to start. Second one is going to be the devil's press. So as you guys can see here, I have my dumbbells placed in a position that is going to be inside the feet, but also underneath the chest, inside the shoulders. And I come down onto the first one. This is really going to be the only one that the dumbbells aren't in my hands for, right? Because all the other ones are going to be bringing that dumbbell back down to the ground. So I'm going to set myself up so that I take my chest down to the dumbbells for the burpee. As I come up out of that burpee, the goal is to get my feet up towards the dumbbells, to get my heels down in a nice wide, strong stance, but I need to be careful I don't get too close to the dumbbells, because the most important part of this is that we can get a swing of the hips to create some energy, to create some drive to get those dumbbells overhead. So I'm not picking them up, I'm rocking and swinging them up, but if I'm too close, I can't do that because there's nowhere to generate that rock from. So I want to land back a little bit with the feet so that when I bring the dumbbells off the ground, I can swing my wrists and forearms back into my hips and generate the energy to drive it up in the air. And then from there, back down into my dumbbell burpee, feet land, swing, up and punch overhead. So again, second piece is going to be 30 of those. Third piece, as we discussed, burpee pull-ups. Want to make sure we're jumping through these. One of the little things I want you guys to focus on when it comes to the burpee pull-up is if this is my line for the pull-up bar, I need my head and chest to be out underneath that pull-up bar, right? If I'm back here too much, if my head and chest is going down under the bar, my feet are going to come up behind it, and when I jump, I'm going to go into the bar instead of going up and pulling through the bar, all right? So I'll demonstrate both of those. Here's a correct one. I'm going down under so that my feet land here and I can smoothly jump and pull. Here's an example of being back a little too far. And then when I go, I can either make up for that by taking the extra step, which takes time, or if I end up jumping from here, I basically just swing at the bar, or in this case, swing at the wall. So what we're looking for here is a nice, smooth, clean transition from the burpee through the jumping pull-up, not something that we have to fight and swing all around and kind of manipulate with our arms and try and control from there, okay? So 30, 30, 30, 4 time, burpee, right left knee to elbow, devil's press, and burpee pull-up. All right, lastly, let's go over our optional accessory for the day, which is our dumbbell curls. This is not something that can necessarily be done with a barbell. It can be modified to a band. It can possibly be modified to kettlebells, okay? If we're gonna do this with a barbell, let's just focus on doing the curls, and then we can sort of toss the weight up and do the tempo eccentric movement down, okay? So I'm gonna get nice and close so you can see with one arm first. So as I said, I want to come up supinated, down pronated. An easy way to remember that: supinated, bowl of soup, means your palm is facing up like you're trying to cup soup. Okay, so I'm going to curl in a supinated position. I'm going to rotate. Now, not everybody's going to get flat. Not everybody's going to get 40. Somewhere in there is going to be the range of motion, and I am going to slowly control that dumbbell back down. 1, 2, 3. Basically, what this is going to do is I'm still going to get my bicep curl work, but on the way back down on the eccentric lower, it's going to allow me to work on the muscle here at the top of the form. That's also going to help me with grip strength. It's going to help me with pulling. It's going to help me with a lot of different things that we do, especially things with the barbell. So if I have a barbell, we can go through, we can do our curls. If you want to get that extra work in and not just do pronated barbell curls, we can take that barbell and hop it up to the hang position and then slowly control the eccentric and lower back down from there. Okay, so just a way of modifying that if you guys need to.